Dearest Emily, as you have asked, here are my impressions of his night at the Mechanist Ball, as faithfully as I can record. First, the company. I was surprised how many who might have turned up. Lord Bafford, Signor Raputo, a sinister character he seems, but very polite. Lady Verily, and even that insufferable old good hostess Caroline. Speaking of Caroline, his niece was here, a lovely creature I've never seen before. Then the Mechanists. Our host was very general, a charming gentleman named Rudolphus. They say he was kicked out by the Hammerites because he was too forward-thinking. Imagine that. Well, Rudolphus was very nice and intelligent, speaking in a friendly manner about all sorts of things. How they are going to build carriages that run without horses, those things which he called a rotator, if I recall correctly. Something that will chop off the limbs of the Baron's enemies, and something he will show us tomorrow, but he was very mysterious about that one. After he brought us to their chapel, a quaint little hall, you would like it very much, he showed us to our rooms, where normally their initiates sleep. Have no fear, it is all very well, a bit simple perhaps, but clean and comfortable. I wonder where they bought such fine beds. My back feels even better than at home. Maybe I will ask the father tomorrow if he could point to their supplier. In any case, dear, so much for the first day. I will continue from here tomorrow. It's such a shame that we don't get to visit the ballroom. And that's it. Can finish the mission now. What was Unbidden guest? I just missed a bit of loot. 35 minutes, that's pretty nice. One pocket out of one. I knocked out 3 people while airborne 1. 2 free damage. And that's it. That was Unbidden guest. Next on my list is bad deaths. No, I did it. Here. Oh, no, you're right! Yes, I missed it. Yeah. Oh, whatever. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The secret objective is to return a letter to the candle maker to warn them that the diamond cutter and the other guy were planning to rat them out to Raputo. That's it. Alright. But I'm going to go and play bad debts now. Oh, just my headset is killing my ears. Alright, so let's read the description. Sometimes you are so down on your luck, you have to take the smallest job, grab the slightest opportunity to stay afloat. I suppose it's better than picking pockets on Stone Market or breaking into warehouses, but when I moved into Downlock Quarter, at least I imagined I was going somewhere. An apartment in an old fortress, right across a watch station where no one would look for suspected criminals, and a series of nice heists. I almost forgot about the ominous stuff the keepers were sending me. Guess they still think I'm going to change my mind about their orders. Unfortunately, money has become tight lately. My landlord, a crazy little opportunist, found out I bought my trade in a moment of carelessness. Now the rent has doubled, and he's constantly dropping hints about the risks of sheltering one of my kind. What is more insulting, he now fancies himself an art collector, buying precious objects from the bonus he extorts from me. For all I know, he may be buying stuff I stole myself. Even with all the shortages, he drinks the best wine and regularly dines at a fancy nearby establishment. He is a thief like me, but a better one. Little risk, steady income. While a few months ago I was thinking of establishing a nice retirement fund, I now owe him money, more than I could get with a few nights of thieving. In these circumstances, even a job from Tim's, a diminutive and high-strung chap who gives her the tips for a cut of the profits, was a godsend. Tim's had given me wrong tips before, and after the last one involving a supposed cone-stamping business operated by some rich notable, I refused to waste some more time and money on his premises. This time at least, the offer seems genuine. Apparently, a rich usurer going by the name of Marcus has lent little Timsy more money than he could conveniently pay back, and he wants his letter of debt stolen before the guy can collect. Appears easy enough. Marcus lives in a rambling old house right here in Downlock Quarter, and although the front gate guard is heavy, there seem to be other ways in through his store by the canal, or a balcony overlooking a statue of a master builder. While I'm out, I might as well visit the neighborhood for some easy lucre. The people living here in Downlock may not be the richest, but at least they don't have enough to spend on serious security measures outside joining a protection racket. The best place to start is Short Lane, just next to my apartment. I have a friend who can let me in after sundown for a few coins. It would be nice to get out of debt, and maybe keep that letter for myself afterwards. The idea of other people providing me with regular income looks more and more appealing. So Bad Debts was Melan's first mission, and it is rough. It is rough. It's good, but it's nowhere near disorientation, which is coming next. So the difficulty is expert and the objectives are: Tim says his letter of debt is held by Marcus, a wealthy usurer. Find an entrance into the usurer's house and recover the letter. Downlock may not look too wealthy, but you are positive you can collect at least 2400 loot this night. Don't kill unarmed people, and when your other objectives have been accomplished, leave Downlock Quarter. Sounds simple enough, but that will change. Now we have a store. The only thing I'm gonna buy is the tip, and I'm gonna look at the map. So we have a rather detailed, actually, map of the Downlock Quarter. We start here in Short Lane. This is my home. This is the Coronet, which was referenced in Return to the City. This is a sort of bar, and our objective is here, the user's house. The front is heavily guarded, but we have balcony, seems right, and we have a shop entrance here. And I think finding the key is very difficult. We have an abandoned area, we have a Hammerite cemetery, we have Tomlinson heavy guard, this guy is an armorer. It was also referenced in Return to the City. And we have some other stuff. So yeah. Oh, have a good night. So let's do it. Word is that a certain taverner on Wellman Street has grown fat and wealthy. All the merchants who deal with the locals, and was seen drinking from fine golden cups when customers were scarce. It is also said that the man is involved in dark espionage, and accordingly reimbursed by powers best left undiscussed. This tip is rubbish. Now, something interesting is that the City Watch, well, Paris Police, is neutral to you as long as you don't do anything illegal. I received a bunch of these new lighters from the department, and sure enough they are a waste of good money. Get this, they each cost 40 and usually burn for such an abominably short time that once you light one, you'd better start fishing for another already. And the light, there's nothing close to it is a lantern, or even those torches the poor buggers in the lower locks must endure. If at least they could be used to light things proper, but no, that's out, because once the damp gets into them, good luck trying to accomplish anything. I wonder who was the wise guy who came up with the idea, or how much he slipped to the paper pushers to get it approved. I bet they will be peddling of this crap to gullible taffers by the boxful in a year. Better yet, the clowns in charge of the department will stick a lit one down and bury it to check for gas leaks. I'd pay to see that. Rhyme. P.S. Moriarty was around the afternoon, whining as usual about the way the network in Dunlock is organized, and again I couldn't make sense of his fancy talk. Do me a favor and look him up to fix whatever he wants done this time. I left you my spare key at the station. Use it if you need to. Or actually, just forget him. He's gone to talk with that guy about the underground power station, and I'm sure by the time he comes back, it will be too late anyway. 1,000 times no, it actually is a glaive exam, you buffin. Aris himself told me so, and if someone knows his polearms, it's him. Now pay up. When the shift's over, we're going out to arrest a few tankers.
As soon as I find you, you're dead!
Spicy adventures. Careful because there's a thief here.
Who's...
Oh, sorry. Nice new place, time for a nice new journal too. All in the Mifflin's tradition. Book will and ink donated by the upstanding citizens of the city as previously. I don't know if this is the same Mifflin's as in Penny Dreadful, but he has the same style. Grover doesn't like the idea, but then he's not the guy working as a janitor with a bunch of time to kill when he isn't on the job. My place, my rules, my risk. Grover says it's his risk too, which is right, I guess. But who would bother a nasty old coal cellar somewhere in Denmark? Rich guy keeps a bunch of empty bottles on a shelf upstairs. But that's it. Nobody likes the coal, the noise, and least of all the creepy noises from the well in the cavern. I don't know, but that isn't very quick. I don't like it much either. Still, as long as it keeps to itself, so much for the better. Of course it was Tipsy's tip. For such an unassuming little guy, he sure pokes his nose in much and knows all the best place in the city to visit. Could be pretty loaded by now from the cuts he has taken if it wasn't for his helpful pals at the Overlord's fancy. Last I heard, Garrett was pissed at him for one reason or another, and refused to pay him the agreed upon amount for a job not delivering. What's his problem anyway? Seems like a completely stuck-up creep. Doesn't get out, doesn't fraternize, just sucks and doesn't pay his friends as a professional should. Oh well, his lesson all gain. The warehouse was sure not bad. Grover had to clobber a guy with a big sticker. But that was part of the job. We gave Timsy one of the fancy swords as a sign of our appreciation. Sure hope I never end up with him on the other side. He's fast like greased lightning when he's got steel in his hands. This is strange. Tomlinson hired new muscle to watch his front. Nasty blokes from the Dawn Winters, both of them. What's he keeping them for? All the local professionals buy at his shop, plus there are already 3 heavily armed guards on the property day and night. I swear they never leave their posts unless it's to follow him someplace. Oh well, only a complete idiot would try to hit Tommy. Now that so many of the old guard are leaving the scene and going legit to sell electrical stuff and whatnot. Reliable merchants are growing scarce nowadays. What are we left with? Farkas and Tolan, that's what. Another night, another job. I didn't even think of the lower locks could hear so fat pickings, and in a hammer chapel to boot. Hammers are nasty customers, but here it was just one decrepit old guy who went down after one solid whack of a mighty cudgel. We just had to sweep the altar for the gold candlesticks and whatnot, and then there was even time to bring back a nice little extra for Mifflin's. I'm sure none of the other folks have something like this, except maybe the wardens if they took fancy. But Webster should also never have the appreciation of so fat things. I always thought something wasn't right with that guy. Now we just need some time for the buzz to die down and sell the lot to Marcus or Cutty, whoever pays more for it. That nosy guy from the department was here again, demanding to see the coal cellar to inspect the boxes. I see a rat when I see one, and this one was stinking from the tail to the nose. So I said they were all operational and that there was nothing to see in here anyways, but he wouldn't relent, and raised a pretty fuss over it too, telling he'd go to Master Wilkes, go to his department, go to the watch, and I wonder why he didn't say he'd go to the Master Builder, because I was sure expecting it by this point. But something's gotta be done now, for even if Wilkes is nothing to worry about, somebody else could be. So better fix this problem once and for all. And I'm not talking about the silvers he gave me neither. If he likes them underground holes, he can have them. Well. So nosy guy went down the hole, which is for the best, because now hopefully whatever stuff lies down here doesn't come up. And we don't drink that water anyway. Good job, Mifflin's old chap. Onwards to better things. Happy New Year, Festlers. Mifflin's, I've been thinking. As good as the cellar we are now using to stash our incoming baggage looked when we set up shop, it seems less and less ideal. Yeah, it's technically two-way with exits to Downlock and Bigger Stick, but there are some real nasty possibilities around. There's the Hannah Seminary right across the square, and it's positively crawling with heavy armed nutbags. If something bad comes down, our advantage is nil. If we fled, we'd just run into major nutbag territory. Look, I know you think I worry too much, but yesterday there was something which could have sent both of us to crack's cleft. I was taking a cart full of silk bales to the cellar on behalf of Molly the spinner. Base decent. I have your cut in the bag that comes with a message. And cursing the bums on the street before Marcus, when a Hammerite spotted me and came over. He praised me for my industry and went on preaching sanctimoniously about the builder's virtues and progress, while my belly was traveling up and down. What's worse, he also offered the aid of a few young initiates to carry the bales up and down the stairs. It's a good thing he accepted my word about not refusing my toils, which of course shows how downright gullible and out of touch these fellows can be. But what if he persevered and saw all that gold from the chapel spread on the table? No, I say, we've overstayed our welcome. Let's quietly move house to Shieldbridge where no one asks inane questions. Maybe we could also see what's the deal about the old quarter. There's sure to be something interesting around those parts. Grover, P.S. I'm away from the next few days bearing our old friend Fredo and his girls a visit. You should also come next time. There's nothing like the best to take the crime of the city out of you. Better take my offer before the mold down there gets you. Let's inspect this hole. Dad's really pass out. Subject to previous arrangements, delivery must be made within the toll and period operation. Recommended amounts compensated for through counter depository. Number 5. Notification per procuration. Present location or keywell tertiary cache. Bridge currently unacceptable. High possibility of lower locks interference. Tinster. Now this is weird. Oops. It doesn't work with these scripts. Anyone attempting to trespass will receive 10 strikes of lash. That guy does a lot. wanted. I won't need some. Dunlock Seminary. I love his arches. So simple but so good. We'll come back to this area eventually. By the trickster's fire pits, what happened to the key? Laden says it was snatched from the table when he was having coffees, and by unknown assailants to boot. What laxity is this? Do you know what we will get from the sir if we don't get it back by the next inspection? Demotions, that's what. To make things worse, Blunt has been drinking again, and you can hear him crowing from atop his post. That will look nice in the streets too, and that's if he doesn't break his neck by then. I tried to ask him about the key, but all I got was some impudent nonsense about some cats. Got it. Madness. Lost keys, thieving feelings, and inspection coming in 3 days. Get down to it. Sort this out any way you can. And on the double. If you don't, you know what happens then. Sergeant Oris. But for drunk calls, it's actually right. A cat did steal the key. Here he is. notice. It's good for me. Okay, first, there's something I need to do. A bit like here. So here's a nice little thing. There's a dope fish here. Neil. Get a divine endowment, which is a sunburst device. Basically a big bomb. The trick here is to simply run, do not jump. Now, the reason why I wanted to grab the holy water is because this skeleton here, he comes to life if you grab a ring or a piece of loot. But if you use holy water, douse him. Boom. He doesn't spawn. Whoa! He does actually. Holy shit. Oh my god, this scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ. Fucking holes.
On your head!
That was botched. Entombed not, for he who falls from righteousness shall doubtless rise up against his judgment. Well, he was really dead. Easily dispatched. There is a ring on one of these. This is where the key is. Very difficult to find. They thought I was mad, mad! Yes, all the rich lords in the city, all the fat merchants, my foolish colleagues, even the little old lady across the street. They all thought I was mad. But it was just an idea before its time, and one day, oh yes, one day they will see the light. They all will see the light, yes, every single one of them. Even the fools at the academy who laughed at my plans and had me thrown out from my cathedral. And yet it is all simple, oh so simple, even a lackwit could see. Consider, our safes and chests. money boxes, and even the stone walls of a barren secure for the thieves and robbers who prowl the city. Are they? No, they're not secure at all. But the fools refuse to see it. They put all their valuable possessions in chests which can be forced open or unlocked, or crates which can be carried away in the night. And what is the answer? Why, huge crates naturally. And what else? They cannot be opened, and they don't fit any regular doorway, which means they cannot be easily removed from a room, or even a cellar. In fact, the specimen I have constructed with great care and at considerable expense may not even be opened in this space. This is it, a solution to society's ills and a road to happiness. The fools, they laughed, oh they laughed. They spurned me, they rejected me, they talked behind my back. They took from my tenure and refused to publish my pamphlets. But they cannot blot out the light forever. They cannot keep us in the darkness much longer. One day, yes, one fateful day, it will all become clear to everyone with eyes to see and ears to listen, and they will also remember the early pioneer, the unsung man their narrow minds failed to comprehend, the genius they just called that crazy great guy. They will remember it all. I will show them. Oh yes, I will show them. Sebastian called me into his office yesterday to discuss the recent power outages in the northern ward of Dunlock District. There have been multiple blackouts as of late, and a slew of complaints from clients contracted to a department. This is all the more puzzling when we consider that Dunlock is supposed to have an autonomous supply and provide substantial outflows to Hightown and Stone Market. Sebastian's guess is a combination of internal loss due to equipment failure and or neglectful operations, likely made worse by skipping. When he proposed an investigation, I immediately volunteered. It is going to be a fine change of pace from the usual. At least I won't have to negotiate with acrimonious hammer contractors. Besides, some extra may well come out of this if I handle the problem correctly. This is madness. Is there anybody in the department who could tolerate this sabotage? For there is no better word for what's happening in Dunlock. When I interviewed the two technicians in charge of maintenance, names Clemens and Grime, they exhibited not only a total lack of interest in their duties, but also an almost absurd degree of cynicism. Not to mention how buff fellows were dressed in the manner of common vagrants, and how foul-mannered Clemens was. It was no secret public works are hopefully understaffed as the Baron's wolves take their toll on the coffers, but I don't believe I have ever seen yokels of this sort in the lower locks, let alone in a somewhat decent place like this. Even more insanity, and this time it is on another scale altogether. A series of field tests and measurements with my unenthusiastic aides indicate that Dunlock isn't producing any excess power, and it is in fact skimming on Shearbridge's output. Organization is a complete mess. The network is divided among several sites, many of which are only accessible after lengthy and rather perilous acrobatics. I am sure I didn't even visit all. There is bound to be at least one significant underground installation to the south. That in itself is a mystery. Why were no maps and records kept of this place? The mouldering city plans Grime produced were of no use. In fact, I am not sure they are accurate representations of the district at all. The layout of the streets is greatly out of proportion, showing a significant north-south skew, surely cartography, but at least it gives me a starting point. I have to admit I may have been hasty in judging the man. After 2 more days of crawling around in dusty places, my own garments are showing a distinctive beggar-like appearance, not unlike the ones Clemens and Grime are wearing, not to mention the numerous bruises and bumps I have collected when my lanterns did not illuminate some protrusion or pop in the way. For future expeditions, I have ordered a crate full of a new flares from Crookston's. There is no reason why Dunlock shouldn't get some decent equipment for a change. In any case, even with one problem solved, another presents itself. After conversing with locals, I have been guided to a square right next to the Theta subjunction, where the underground facility is supposed to be located. The janitor, an unfriendly type if there ever was one, said he would have to talk with his master before admitting me. I know a skimmer when I see one, and this situation was a textbook example. In any case, let them remove the traces. Once the investigation is over, we will just install a few more iron doors and construct a new entrance from Theta. In any case, I said I would be back in 2 days. The fellows didn't look too happy about the idea. No, he didn't look happy at all. Strange things are afoot. Armed with the flares, I braved more of the passages, and it started to look as if the irregularities, the convoluted construction, and the obstructed accessibility may have all been intentionally designed, carefully enough not to draw suspicion, but definitely not without forethought. My plans weren't inaccurate at all. There are indeed entire blocks in the quarter without street access. In fact, they may not be approached from any direction. I inquired at multiple addresses in the afternoon, and none could tell me anything of note. What is more, the inhabitants themselves appeared perplexed when I made mention of this irregularity. There was only one lead, an ancient street sweep who claims to have heard of a place named Keywell, supposed to be a ruined building complex hidden from sight and guarded by men of stone. I wonder if seeing square could be the key to this old lifestyle. Progress at last. Returning to our friend the janitor, I pressed him with mention of an official inquiry, and the threat worked. He has agreed to let me see the machinery in the evening, and only wanted to confirm it one more time with his master. What do you know? They must have been involved in some serious power theft if it took 2 days to return things to their proper state. But this is not all. When I handed my man a silver coin and asked if he knew anything about hidden passages and underground chambers, he grew silent for a moment, then lit up, said there was a place just like that under the building I will be inspecting. I could barely contain my excitement and returned to my duties after giving him another silver, now only to wait until night falls. I have a good feeling about what's to come. Afterwards, it may not even be a bad idea to go visit the coronet. It looks like a prime location to relax for a while. And that's it. This book is important because there are some really bizarre things in the sewers. Also, the second time we heard of this place called Keywell. By the way, there is a punch code with late. This is a keeper statue. What could this be? This is one of these places that Moriarty was talking about in his journal. Now we gotta be very careful because this place is trapped. There are in fact some mines. Some mines just here, but if we drop a crate, we escape it unscathed. And this, my friends, is Keywell. Strict block that doesn't exist on any map, that doesn't have any street access. The reason why it doesn't exist on any map is because it is a keeper complex. Lots of loot. And the second is this fire here, which is an Easter egg. And I just have to remember. Oh yeah, okay, I know which makes this one. Items of value to a total of approximately 800 if correctly liquidated. Deliver percentage to number 3. Mistakes have been made with 2 and 4 falls between currently active areas. Abandonment is suggested at this point. Also received note of mid-profile operations from Deux Dunlock. Is this verified? And if so, independent or contracted? Could it be related to M and G? Bryce. No, I'm pretty sure that M is a reference to Mercedes in Calendra's Legacy and Current Assistant, and G, Garrett. These are messages from keywords. I still use keywell. Despite the place being abandoned. That said that was keywell. So, Moriarty was indeed right. The seeing square was the key. I bet you it's from the side with the Bard's Passage. And this. I don't remember if I came from here. I didn't. takes back to the streets. Long Wheeler invented type 2. Dangerous conditions do not throb. Don't touch it. Here's a punch code. So back where we were. Except this time. On top. And that's about it. So now, we're gonna pay a visit to Marcus. It's about time. Okay, it's just here. In this posh mansion. And the only way to break into it is through here. You have deep debts, my friend, and tonight you shall pay them in full. You should never have crossed me in our dealings. Remember that? How does it feel now to stand in this study, awaiting death? So it looks like this asshole Timothy sold us out and killed Marcus.
We have a murderer! Ugh.
You shut the fuck up. Now this is the event I was talking about, where the guards, the City Watch, would be on the lookout for us, so this is why I knocked them out. Now here's the pawn shop key, which is very well hidden, but I know for a fact that it's here. have new objectives. So still the letter of debt is cancelled, we have found the loot we need, and then we have a double cross. Tim sold you out, but to whom? Search his house and dogs run for evidence. Deal with him in any way you like. I'm not going to kill Tims. I don't kill people on Thief. Unless the objectives say I must kill. This is a pawn shop key. This is my eventual escape. Now this door you cannot open, so don't try. Melan just forgot to make it unflammable. Another copy of the user's key. And that's it. Just need to get out. So we'll have to go visit Tims, who doesn't live too far away.
Hold it right there! Ah!
Oops.
What's there?
There's lots of guards that spawn to make on.
What's over there?
Well, and there's a lot of people
Checking up on things.
Fortunately, they just spawn a couple of hotspots in this area. There is one that spawned in front of Douglas's.
I saw something. Catch.
Now we don't need to go back here, so we're fine. We just have to pay attention to the guard with the helmet. How nice of Tim's to let me his key. Now Tim's is a devious bastard, and he has littered the stairs with traps. Mines are difficult to see. Here's one. The good thing is we can deactivate them. Oh, the other one is here. them blind. He even has some thief equipment too, bastard. Some loot. I saw Brewster yesterday on the gallows. They are among the thieves in his black coat. He looked bitter now, not like when he threatened to sell me while his whore was toying with his collar. Brewster, always a confident man, could never imagine he wasn't perfect for a job, any job. Even for a job involving a powerful judge's palace in Hightown, swarm with guards. Perry gave him the tip I wanted to sell to someone else. Perry was just the first to cash it, and who could fault him? Yet on the same day Brewster received his tip, so did the judge. Quite a dramatist. It is said he received his guest in a toga, even prepared a mock trial. A trial, not bad. I think not even Brewster thought he'd get a trial when it would be his turn. Heard not even guardsmen get a trial. These days only the tie or the block, unless it's ham business, and that isn't better at all. And then there's Mifflin's. Mifflin's with his good pal Grover. They're going to hang one day, no matter how clever Mifflin's thinks himself. But not yet, not likely. Too small, and they've got the sense not to cut the hands that hold them like Brewster did. Or Garrett. Just like Brewster, with twice the self-righteousness and half the decency. Garrett. Laughing when he heard it about the patrician's illicit meat, but checking anyway. And after that, not a coin, not a word, just slander on the street about the job not delivering. All haughty too. Who's he, some warden? In this line of work, there are always strange customers. Here's the newest one. Tommy the Earthsmith, wishing to see a cobbler from Dog's Run when he had never bought leather there previously. Tommy, two of his guards behind his chair, not saying a word, just laughing when I suggested a new boot. Then he said he wanted to know about the guy who tried to rob a friend of his, producing a bag of shiny new coins. There have been no new coins since Blackbrook took those mines back in who knows when, and here he was placing them on the table, one after the other. Did I know who tried to rob the friend? Of course I did. But Tommy didn't stop. He started that talk, all strange eyes offering me the golden coins or nuggets, whichever I wanted. Where did they get nuggets anyway? And not just that. When I told him who did the job, he just nodded in assent. Yes, of course, he thought so. And could I set it up so a certain moneylender was removed from the district at the same time? Of course I could. And he nodded at the guards, and smiled. They looked disappointed. 2 weeks. After that, the gold, all that gold, and an alibi if I need one. It could be arranged that a friend of his, a local property owner, would testify after the killing that I had been drinking with him all along in the coronet, as if they'd let me there otherwise. Well, that's most of it. Of course, a good alibi is a good insurance, but in this line of work it's better to have more than one. So Tommy, I'm sure, did not object to my watching his business most carefully for a bit. Turns out he likes guests, and not just his landlord guy, but many more, always making sure to buy something before leaving. I saw when one was hurrying away and dropped a small package. Couldn't investigate, because Tommy was already on it, paler than moonlight, scurrying back to his own shop like a thief. Sure he had his reasons, and sure that if those reasons became known, someone higher would take note. Implicit in murder and conspiracy? Not my idea of a conclusion. It's sure as the builder himself, Brewster, didn't enjoy it. Found dead in a sewer, not appealing either. What I need is a good alibi or two. The thief who robbed me will yield one, and Tomlinson's house another. He's always in business and the guards should be asleep. Only the two plodding killers out by the storefront. But who needs the storefront when I can have it that much better? So, Tomlinson the armorer was behind this. It appears Mr. Tomlinson is hiding something important. Break into his shop, and if you find something interesting, deliver it to the appropriate authorities. Tomlinson was aided by your landlord. Steal the key to his apartment and rob him of his belonging. One of his precious collectibles will do. Plot thickens. My next target is Tomlinson. And he's not too far from here. In fact, he should be just here. Well, not really. This is Tomlinson's house.
You don't want to mess with me.
Oops. Oh fuck. This isn't the right way anyway. I need to break into his shop by the rooftops. There we go, here's the ladder I was looking for. This will lead you right to Tomlinson's shop. Department of Public Works, Dunlock Ward Division. Feta task is to subjection. Warning, dangerous conditions, do not rob. There is a health potion here. Some more arrows if you need them. I do want, not really even. I don't know. Now let's rub this asshole blind. This patch of moss didn't prevent me from making noise. Fortunately, no one heard that clang, which is incredible. There is much to loot inside Tomlinson's. First thing I'm gonna knock that guy out, even if he's sleeping. Book of Smash, being an inquiry to the mysteries of a lady of the woods and the arts of the honeymaker-bists, by Algernon M. Tomlinson, advocate. Fills you the decanter with glee, fills you the merry cup with dreams, fills you the memories with mirth, fills you the glades with sing. Fills ravening gullets with the fleshes and bloods of takers and hammerers, forgets the beams and forgets the toils, forgets the roofs and forgets the rules, forgets the who's and forgets the knows, forgets the wives and forgets the childs, shouts the pleasures of the ladies and shouts the wisdom of the honeymaker beasts, dances and takers and frolics and sings carols and shouty forever with bistesses and greensy trees. That looks pretty beginnish to me. I wonder if I could use it as evidence against him. Let's see. Find my way to the Hammerite Seminary and drop the evidence. It's not that way. a bit more stealthy here. Focus gun. Finally found a new tenant for the hallway room named Melan. Your recommendations are non-warden, but clean and respectful. Why is it that those who inhabit the most affordable premises are in turn the most reluctant to pay their dues? In any case, I am clear of Crenner and good riddance. That idiot Wedwee has done it again. The cheapness of the gin and the manner in which he had disposed of it speaks clearly of his character. Street scum, all of them. 50 coins for the new carpet, at least the merchants on Stone Market are reasonable. The new fire poker arrived this day. It is just like I had spotted it at the usurers. The wait was inexcusable, but the fellow insisted he would have to take the customary time. As if his clients could pay the margins he asked. At last I found out more about this Talbot character while haggling for a valuable ancient brazier I had been considering for a time. It was not hard to observe our friend entering the usurer's shop, looking nervously for trouble. I swear he jumped me a little when he saw me right as he was unloading 2 golden candlesticks on the counter. Talbot, or shall I say Garrett, proved surprisingly malleable. He accepted his new rate without a blink. Clearly, a hardened criminal of his type shouldn't complain. After all, the risk of harboring fugitives is considerable, above all taking into account the watch station across the courtyard. It is unlikely I could get to Marcus, as he must pay a premium to a warden, probably Reuben or Reputo. Finally bought the brazier for a steal and a burst of incense from that little shop down Bigger Stake. It is hard to express what filth costs one who would brave those streets. Nevertheless, the day's labors are over. A hot bath and a few hours of gentle relaxation are at hand. Acquired 2 bottles of wine not much time before all would have been gone. I am positive it was the last batch, and to think someone else could have ended up with it. I need to tell Tomlinson what he missed. I can hardly believe there was a time when I was drinking the sort of swill being served in low-class taverns. Standards change with fortunes, I suppose. Who knows? I might even try to find a suitable wife someday. Garrett agreed to the latest rise. I wonder if I could go a little further still, maybe 800? Better with a few months in any case. There is no reason to be foolhardy. If I raise on the way we next want Van Miller after, I can still afford that new painting, and maybe even some of a bauble if I bargain right. Tomlinson's proposal is another interesting possibility. I will lose a steady revenue source, but the payout will allow me to move against Fletter and corner the Donlock market. Either way, the painting can be had sooner or later, through the appropriate channels. I wonder if our new acquaintance will be up to it. I will need to ponder the question. Now this is a ledger with the rent, and you will see that Talbot, who is Garrett, pays significantly more than the other tenants. That's it. Now we just need to leave Donlock water. beyond. Forgiveness Foundation. My friend, yet again you are in a disagreeable predicament. The gear turns, the forest whispers, and the young student has once more found himself trouble. Were he not outwitted this time by a lowly street rat of all things? Was it not you who had reprimanded his mentors for refusing to look? And where are you presently, master of thieves? Is the blood of a man upon your name enough remedy for your conceit, or are you in need of yet more lessons? Perhaps you should reconsider. Why be blinded by shallow loves and material desires when much more could be in your hands? Are you content living in the streets, stealing from others to chase dreams that remain ever unfulfilled? Was it not this very life you wished to cast away when our paths first crossed? Or are you still awaiting the one who would finally recognize you for a master of unmatched ability? Is base flattery the extent of your imagination? But perhaps that is your true lot, to wallow in self-pity and escape the responsibilities of a grown man. Surely we have provided you with more than any other. And where are the thanks? They are nowhere. You are never at peace, but there is always someone around to blame, and that is us, your patient benefactors. Here, then, is the implement of your freedom, Prince of Naught, as a token of our amends for transgressions that never were. Maybe you can make something of it, or maybe not. Can you read the glyphs still, or has vanity always robbed you of your once impeccable vision?
That's it! You've had it!
I'm in Ducks Run, which is here. I wanted to exit through this area, but I'll just take the highway gate. This is it, Mad Dance. Finished in an hour, 5 minutes and 28 seconds with almost all the loot. A lot of buckets missed. One backstab. Who did I? Oh yeah, oh, who did I kill? I don't remember. 25 knockouts and 3 airborne knockouts. Nice. And now we just have to play disorientation, and that would be the end of a marathon, I guess. Reload it. After the conclusion of To the Dunlock affair, I decided to take a break from regular thieving, lay low and hide until the noise about assassinations and unlawful conspiracies dies down. I spent most of my time in a rented apartment and wasted a lot of my gains and bribes in rebuilding a network of trustworthy contacts. Wasn't enough. One night on the way back home, there was a thud of heavy footsteps, and suddenly armed men were coming from all directions. It was clear those boys made business and were out to kill. I ran. Only later the next day could I piece together the picture from contacts and keeping an open ear. The men were coming from Dark Smoke District, wedged between the plazas of Stone Market and the furnaces below Cracked Cleft, and ruled by one Lady Azamlock, a stern judge and reputedly a bit of a collector. How she found out about my doings is a mystery, but judging by the force she sent to take me in, she must have a high opinion of my capabilities. After the download job, the last thing I want is more attention, and an assassination is right out of the question. I need something more discreet. Just a warning. It is said that Lady Azamlock has a treasure room in our palace, right next to the courthouse where she hands down her verdicts. And she owns a valuable scepter that may be the perfect target for a bit of burglary. They say no one robs from a thief without suffering the consequences, and who am I to question old wisdom? Breaking into the palace will be no easy task. An associate I have done jobs for, but who has been careful to stay anonymous in our dealings, may have a key to a lower entrance, but he is not surrendering it without me doing him a favor first, and a downright odd one at that. Luckily, he also has provided me with handwritten instructions and a map of the district streets and waterways. I will enter at Trundle Street to the north, where it is hopefully easy to stay out of sight until nightfall, and start from there. To send Lady Azamlock a stronger message, I will also be picking up some valuables from our palace, and if that proves inadequate, there is always the neighborhood. Now, this orientation is a masterpiece. It is Melan's magnum opus, and even his dark missions, as incredible as they are, do not match this orientation. This map is huge. It is fucking massive. There is so much to discover. The atmosphere is grandiose. It's just dark and gritty. Lady Azamlock may have sent her best to kill you, but it is time to prove even her best are no match for your abilities. Break into her palace and steal her jewel scepter. Better teach the lady how real thievery is done. No less than 2,400 loot will suffice for the wrongs you have suffered. You are already a wanted man. Better not make it worse by killing innocents. It will not serve your cause to kill an influential aristocrat. Let Lady Azamlock leave so she may learn not to cross you again. Once you have accomplished tasks, leave Dark Smoke District the way you came. is the palace ground.